everybody, viewers out there. It is Sebastian of Sebastian's Movie Game Time, and today's September 30th, 2024. I'm going to be reviewing all the good horror movies that I like and enjoy. Now, I'm going in different horror movies in order. So, alright, let's get started, shall we? First off, we have The Guardian. It's about two couples who hired a nanny to raise their newborn child. But what the married couple don't realize, that the nanny that they hired is like some ancient magical witch who stays younger by feeding off younger newborn babies to a magical tree that gains her powers to stay younger age. This film, The Guardian, is directed by William Friedkin, the director who made the original Exorcist and The French Connection. The Guardian stars Jenny Seagrave. I give The Guardian movie 4 out of 3 stars. Next, we have Graveyard Shift. Stephen King's Graveyard Shift is about a group of workers. It's about a group of people who works at a mill that's infested with different kinds of rats and a giant rat that's living underneath the little mill where the workers work at. It's a very good low budget horror movie. Stephen King's Graveyard Shift stars David Andrews, Kelly Wolf, Andrew Divoff, and Stephen Mock, and Brad Dourif is in it. He plays the exterminator. I give Stephen King's Graveyard Shift 4 out of 3 stars. Sometimes They Come Back. It's another Stephen King. Sometimes They Come Back is about a man who's married to a wife and has a son, moved back to his childhood hometown after, when he was a young kid, his brother was murdered. And he realizes that he sees ghost visions of the dead people who killed his brother when he was a kid come back as dead ghost spirits years later. It's a TV made for movie. Sometimes They Come Back. It stars Tim Madison, Brooke Adams, and Robert Russler. Robert Russler was so scary good in the film. I give Sometimes They Come Back 4 out of 3 stars. We have Body Parts. It's about a man who gets a new arm after losing his old arm in a car accident. But what the man doesn't realize, that this new arm that he has, it belonged to a serial killer who was murdered and killed, execution. And he realizes that his new arm belongs to a serial killer, and he must figure a way. And then a mysterious stranger happens to be killing people with the legs and arms that belong to a serial killer. Body Parts is another good horror movie. It stars Jeff Fahey, who will later on to play a main character, and The Lawnmower Man was Pierce Brosnan. But then later on he went to do supporting acting roles in supporting movies. Jeff Fahey. So Body Parts is the only one I've seen of his where he's like the main lead star. The movie Body Parts also stars Brad Dourif. I give Body Parts 4 out of 3 stars. We have The Resurrected. It's about a woman who hires a private investigator to look into her husband's whereabouts, or what he does. The Resurrected stars John Turney and Chris Sarandon. It's based on H.P. Lovecraft work, The Resurrected. I give The Resurrected 4 out of 3 stars. We have Freddy's Dead, The Final Nightmare. It's about Freddy Krueger, who hunts a new group of characters one by one as Freddy Krueger searches for his long-lasting daughter. Freddy's Dead, The Final Nightmare. It stars Lisa Zane, who has a brother named Billy Zane, the actor. Freddy's Dead stars Juppé Colto, Brooklyn Meyer, a young Brooklyn Meyer before he went on to do Clueless, and Johnny Depp appears in it. Alice Cooper, Roseanne Barr, and Tom Arnold appear as cameos in it as well. Freddy's Dead to Final Nightmare. I had fun with Freddy's Dead from Final Nightmare. It's really damn good. I really enjoyed it. I give Freddy's Dead a Final Nightmare 4 out of 3 stars. We have Sleepwalkers. It's about a shape-shifting mother and son who moved to another town to look for a victim who happened to look for a virgin teenage girl who's a virgin. This is another good Stephen King. This is another good Stephen King adaptation. Sleepwalkers. It's directed by Mick Garris, and it stars Brian Curse, Alice Creech, who plays the Borg woman in Star Trek, The First Contact. The movie Sleepwalkers also stars Madchen Emick, who will later on to go play Betty Cooper's mother character on the CW's Riverdale show later on. So, and then this movie Sleepwalkers featured cameos by Ron Perlman before he did Hellboy, Joe Dante, the director, Toby Hooper, Stephen King himself, Mark Hamill, Luke Skywalker of Star Wars, and Joe Landis also appears in it as well. I give Stephen King's Sleepwalkers movie 4 out of 3 stars. We have Raising Cain. It's a Brandon Palma movie. It's about a married woman who has a loving affair with another man behind her husband's back. The married woman doesn't realize that her husband has like different personality behavior problems. Raising Cain stars John Lithgow, who I think deserves like a tour de force or mesmerizing performance or electrifying performance in Raising Cain. The film also stars Lolita Divovich and Stephen Bauer. It's a Brandon Palma movie, Raising Cain. I give Raising Cain 4 out of 3 stars. We have Candyman. She's named 5 times and it'll appear behind you. It's about a woman who gets pulled into a world where an urban legend met Candyman himself starts attacking people that she cares about, and she must find a way to stop this Candyman ghost spirit. Candyman stars Regina Madsen and Tony Todd. I like the Candyman movie. I give the Candyman movie 4 out of 3 stars. We have Bram Stoker's Dracula. It's about a vampire named Count Dracula who searches for a woman to marry and to become his new bride. This is Francis Ford Coppola's Dracula version movie, directed by Francis Ford Coppola. Stars Gary Oldman, Winona Ryder, Keanu Reeves, Cary Elwes, Anthony Hopkins, Monica Bellucci, and Tom Waits. I give Bram Stoker's Dracula movie 4 out of 3 stars. We have Dr. Giggles. It's about a madman. We have Dr. Giggles. It's about a madman who thinks he's a doctor by coming back to his old hometown and starts attacking people. The movie stars Holly Marie Combs before she did the Charm TV show. And the main title character, Dr. Giggles, is played by Larry Drake. I give Dr. Giggles 4 out of 3 stars. Dead Alive is a New Zealand comedy horror film by Peter Jackson. Dead Alive, known as Brain Dead. It's about a young man's mother gets bitten by a rabid bat, and she starts turning the New Zealand resident people into zombie creatures walking. Dead Alive is not a movie for a lot of people because it's very disturbing, graphically violent, and gross violent scenes. I don't think people are not interested in Dead Alive or they don't care watching it, but it's a film that's not meant for a lot of people. They can't handle the violence in it. But it's really funny, Dead Alive. It's really funny. You'll be laughing your head off nonstop. It's great. I get Dead Alive, known as Brain Dead, 4 out of 3 stars. We had Tim Burton's Night for Christmas, a beloved classic. It's about a Halloween king named Jack Skellington who dresses as Santa Claus and delivers Christmas presents, where actually puts Halloween stuff and Christmas presents to deliver kids on Christmas Eve. Not for Christmas. It's a Tim Burton production movie. It stars the voice talents of Chris Sarandon, Danny Elfman, Captain O'Hara, William Hickey. Danny Elfman does the singing voice of the Jack Skellington character, and Chris Sarandon does the talking voice of the Jack Skellington character. Lucky Night for Christmas movie for out of 3 stars. We have Hocus Pocus. It's about 3 witches who've been accidentally conjured by 3 kids who's looking for a soul to stay younger. Hocus Pocus is another beloved Halloween Disney movie. It stars Betty Midler, Sarah Jessica Parker, Vanessa Shaw, and Dora Birch and Doug Jones. I give Hocus Pocus movie 4 out of 3 stars. We have Addams Family Values. It's about Addams Family who they have a newborn child come into the family, and while their Uncle Fester is looking for a woman to be married or to marry. I'll get Addams Family Values. Addams Family Values stars Raul Julia, Angelica Houston, John Cusack's sister, that's Joan Cusack, Christopher Lloyd, Carol Kane, and Christina Ricci as Wednesday Addams. I give Addams Family Values 4 out of 3 stars. We have Jason Goes to Hell, The Final Friday. It's about Jason who's been destroyed, who must find a way to come back and get his revenge. It stars Ken Hodder. Jason Goes to Hell, The Final Friday. I give it 4 out of 3 stars. We have the first Leprechaun movie. It's about a few people who must battle an evil leprechaun who seeks some vengeance to find his long lost gold that was stolen from him, and he must get it back. Leprechaun stars Warwick Davis as the title Leprechaun character, and Jennifer Aston, a young Jennifer Aston before she did the Friends TV show. This is like an early Jennifer Aston movie role. I give Leprechaun movie 4 out of 3 stars. We have Wes Craven's New Nightmare. It's about Nancy Thompson, the woman final girl of the original Elm Street movie. She's married, has a son. Her son has begun having nightmares of Freddy Krueger, just like she had when she was young. Now passed on to her son, and she must find a way to save her son from these nightmares and Freddy Krueger himself. New Nightmare. It's a fun, new, fresh take on Nightmare on Elm Street movie. It stars Heather Langenkamp, who plays herself, Robert Englund, John Saxon, and Wes Craven, who plays himself in the film. It was cool to see Wes Craven. It's a film within the film, if you're wondering. I just thought this new Elm Street movie, New Nightmare, was a new, fresh take to the Nightmare on Elm Street film trilogy. So, I give Wes Craven's New Nightmare 4 out of 3 stars. We have Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. It's about a doctor who creates a Frankenstein creature, not knowing the consequence of his actions once he built and created this monster creature. This is a different update version of Frankenstein, and Robert De Niro plays the Frankenstein creature. I thought Robert De Niro was great, different kind of role for him to play. This film is directed by and starring Kenneth Branagh, Tom Hulse, John Cleese, Helena Bonham Carter, Aidan Quinn. I give Mary Shelley's Frankenstein 4 out of 3 stars. We have the first Casper movie. It's about a father who can see ghosts, who takes his daughter as they move into a older mansion, as they meet Casper, the friendly ghost, and his trio of his uncles. This is another great childhood movie of mine, Casper. It stars Bill Pullman, Christina Ricci, Kathy Moriarty, Eric Idle, Amy Brenneman, and a young Devon Sawa, who plays a young boy Casper, showing at the end of the movie. The The first Casper movie is nothing but a beloved classic. I get the first Casper movie 4 out of 3 stars. We have Wishmaster. It's about a dingy wishmaster who grants wishes to a woman and tells her to make 4 free wishes, but choose it carefully. This is a great horror film, Wishmaster. It stars Andrew Divoff, who plays the title creature Wishmaster. The film also stars Tammy Lauren, Robert Englund, Ted Raimi, Sam Raimi's brother. Tony Todd's in it, Reggie Bannister of The Phantasm, and Kane Hodder appears in it as well. I get the first Wishmaster movie 4 out of 3 stars. We have The Relic. It's about a creature who lives underneath the Chicago Museum, starts attacking people and visitor guests. This is a great creature movie, The Relic. It stars Penelope Ann Miller, Tom Sizemore, Linda Hunt, and James Whitmore. I give The Relic movie 4 out of 3 stars. We have The Frighteners. It's about a man who can communicate with dead ghost spirits as he must figure a way to stop an evil spirit ghost who has come back as he's hunting people. The Frighteners, it's a Peter Jackson movie. It's a great horror movie, The Frighteners. Stars Michael J. Fox, Jeffrey Combs, Dee Wallace, who's unrecognizable in the film, Jake Busey, it's scary good, and Arlie Ermey from Fullmetal Jacket appears in it. Peter Jackson's The Frighteners, I give 4 out of 3 stars. We have The Night Flyer, Stephen King's The Night Flyer. It's about a selfish and ambitious reporter or photographer who's out to get the story scoop first of this vampire who drives airplanes at night. Night Flyer, it's based on a short story by Stephen King. It stars Miguel Ferrer. I give the Night Flyer movie 4 out of 3 stars. We have Jack Frost. Not that kid Jack Frost was Michael Keaton, but this is scary Jack Frost about the killer snowman. It's about a killer snowman named Jack Frost who kills people, and only the local town sheriff must find a way to stop it. Jack Frost, the snowman killer movie, it stars Scott McDonald and Shannon Elizabeth before she did the first American Pie movie. I give the killer snowman Jack Frost movie 4 out of 3 stars. We have I Know We Did Last Summer. It's about 4 friends whose secret comes back to haunt them like years later by a fisherman with a hook. This is another great teen slasher horror movie, I guess. I Know We Did Last Summer. It stars Jennifer Love Hewitt, Freddie Prinze Jr., Ryan Philippine, Sarah Michelle Gellar, Bridget Wilson, the late Anne Heche, and Johnny Galecki, who plays Leonard in The Big Bang Theory. He's in I Know We Did Last Summer. I give I Know We Did Last Summer 4 out of 3 stars. We have Scream 2. It's about Sidney Prescott, who's moved away to college, but another copycat Ghostface tracks her down at this college and starts attacking new friends of hers. Scream 2, I like Scream 2. It's not everybody's favorite Scream 2 Scream sequel, but I like Scream 2. Scream 2 stars Neve Campbell, David Arquette, Courtney Cox, Leah Schreiber, Laurie Metcalf, Sarah Michelle Gellar. Now, at the same time, Sarah Michelle Gellar was making a TV show which is called Buffy. At the same time, she was filming this movie, Scream 2. Jimmy Kennedy also co-stars. Jada Pinkett, Omar Epps, David Warner, Timothy Olyphant before he was Justified, Raylan Givens, Jerry O'Connell, Rebecca Gayheart before she did the first Urban Legend movie the next year. Portia de Rossi, Alan DeGeneres' ex-wife, or ex-partner wife, I should say. Scream 2, like I said, I give 4 out of 3 stars. We have Addams Family Reunion. It's about the Addams family. It's about the Addams family who go in search for a missing relative that they know that they have. Um, this is a different version of Adam's Family movie. It stars Tim Curry as the role as Gomez, and Daryl Hannah plays Morticia Adams in this one. I give Adam's Family Reunion 4 out of 3 stars. Without the faculty, it's about a group of high school teens find out that teachers the staff and teachers are being taken over by mind-controlled aliens, and they must find a way to stop it, the invasion. This is a good ensemble cast movie, The Faculty. It stars Jordana Brewster, Elijah Wood, Josh Hartnett, Piper Laurie, Famke Janssen, Usher Raymond, Senior Usher Raymond, or Usher, however you want to call him, Jon Stewart, Salma Hayek, Robert Patrick, and yeah. I give The Faculty, it's directed by Robert Rodriguez, The Faculty, 4 out of 3 stars. We have I Still Know We Did Last Summer, a sequel to I Know We Did Last Summer. It's about the 2 survivors from the first I Know We Did Last Summer movie are back in this sequel, and the fisherman for Hook is back as well too, stalking him. I like the sequel I Know We Did Last Summer too. It almost compares like the first one, but I know that people don't like the second I Know We Did Last Summer. The first one is everyone's favorite. I like the first one, but I like the second one. I Still Know We Did Last Summer. It stars Jennifer Love Hewitt, Freddie Prinze Jr., Brandy Norwood, or just Brandy at the time, Mekhi Phifer, a young Mekhi Phifer, Jennifer Esposito, Jeffrey Combs, Matthew Siddle, and who else is in? Oh yeah, and Jack Black appears in the sequel Turner did last summer. Jack Black. So, I give the second I Know We Did Last Summer, known as I Still Know We Did Last Summer, 4 out of 3 stars. We have The X-Files, Fight the Future. It's a 4 large movie, and it kind of picks up where one of the seasons ended, the X-Files show ended. As Agent Mulder and Scully, they must find new mysterious that the government are trying to cover up. The X-Files movie, Fight the Future, it stars David Company, Gillian Anderson, and Mark Landau. I give the X-Files movie 4 out of 3 stars. We have Phantoms. It's based on a book by Dean Koontz, Phantoms. It's about a small town group. It's about a group who lives in a small town of Colorado as they begin to realize some mysterious, strange events happening around this entire town of Colorado. I never read the book of Phantoms, but I like the movie Phantoms. It stars Ben Affleck, Rose McGowan, and Leah Schreiber. And Peter O'Toole of Lawrence Arabia. I give the Phantoms movie 4 out of 3 stars. We have the first urban legend. It's about a serial killer who's stalking a group of friends as his killer is reimaginated all these urban legend stories and turn into reality. This first urban legend movie is nothing but another teen slasher movie of the 90s. Urban Legend stars Alicia Witt, Jared Leto, Rebecca Gayheart, who before did Scream 2, before Urban Legend, Rebecca Gayheart, Tara Reid, Michael Rosenbaum, Joshua Jackson, Loretta Devine. It's really good in the film. And the film also features Brad Dourif, Danielle Harris, and Robert Englund, who did horror movies before. I give the first urban legend movie 4 out of 3 stars. We have The Haunting. It's about 4 people who stay at this haunting house filled with evil forces. I love this haunting movie. When I first saw this movie, The Haunting, in 99, it really scared me big time. But I like the movie, and I still do. The movie, The Haunting, stars Liam Neeson, Catherine Zeta-Jones, Owen Wilson, who I'm a big fan of, Owen Wilson, Lily Taylor, Virginia Madsen and Bruce Dern appears in The Haunting. I give The Haunting movie 4 out of 3 stars. We have House on Haunted Hill. It's about amusement park. It's about amusement park owner and a group of people. They come to his house to celebrate the amusement park's wife's birthday at this haunted hill house that she's having it at. This is a fun House on Haunted Hill movie. It's not as classic as the first black and white one that starred Vincent Price, but I like the remake House on Haunted Hill. It's a different House on Haunted Hill movie. It stars Jeffrey Rush, who was great as the amusement park kind of owner in this film. He was great. We got Famke Janssen, Tate Eggs, Arlie Lauder, Bridget Wilson, Jeffrey Combs, and senior Lisa Loeb appears in it. And House on Haunted Hill, Lisa Loeb. I give House on Haunted Hill 4 out of 3 stars. We have Wishmaster 2, Let Evil Never Dies. It's about the Gin Master, known as Wishmaster, makes a deal, bargain with another woman who makes a wish and tells her to choose her wish carefully. Wishmaster 2 is not as good as the first Wishmaster, but I like the second Wishmaster because Andrew Divoff, the actor Andrew Divoff, who played Wishmaster in the first one, he's come back and played the character in the second one. So I thought that was cool to see Andrew Divoff come back as Wishmaster in the sequel. I give Wishmaster 2 4 out of 3 stars. We have Tim Burton, Sleepy Hollow. It's about an inspector named Ichabod Crane who comes to a small town, quiet town of Sleepy Hollow as he investigates murders of the local residents' heads being cut off of them. This is a great gothic, scary horror tale. It's Sleepy Hollow, directed by Tim Burton, and his vision of how he made it. It stars Johnny Depp, Christina Ricci, Miranda Richardson, Martin Landau appears in it. You got Michael Gambon, who plays Professor Dumbledore in Harry Potter movies. You got Richard Griffiths, who played Uncle Vernon in the first 2 Harry Potter movies. You also have Ian McDiarmid, who played Chancellor Palpatine and Star Wars is in Sleepy Hollow. You got Michael Gudge, who plays Alfred the Butler, and Tim Burton's 2 Batman's Michael Keaton as Alfred the Butler. You got Crystal Walken appears in it as a cameo. Miranda Richardson, Casper Van Dien of Starship Troopers is in it. The legend horror icon Christopher Lee even appears in Sleepy Hollow. And you got Jeffrey Jones from Beetlejuice and Ferris Bueller's Day Off. That's also in Sleepy Hollow. I love the graphic kill scenes in Sleepy Hollow. I like Tim Burton, how he made it and shot it his own way, vision he had for it. I give Sleepy Hollow 4 out of 3 stars. We had the first Blair Witch Project. It's about 3 young filmmakers set out for a documentary of the Blair Witch Project story as they get lost and encounter some strange supernatural presence and get lost in the woods. The Blair Witch Project, it's nothing but a classic of kind of film footage type of movie. It stars Heather Donahue. I'll give the Blair Witch Project 4 out of 3 stars. We have Scooby-Doo and the Richest Ghost. It's an animated direct-to-video Scooby-Doo and the Richest Ghost. It's about Scooby-Doo in the gang and a horror novelist. They come to a small town. They come to the horror novelist, a small town, to investigate a new mystery of what's happening and what's going on. Scooby-Doo and the Richest Ghost. This is my favorite animated Scooby-Doo animated movie, and the Richest Ghost. Or among them is my favorite, Scooby-Doo and the Richest Ghost. It shows the voice talent of Kimberly Brooks, Mary Kay Bergman, Tim Curry does the voice, and Jennifer Haley as the voice of Thorn, the leader of the Hex Girl rock band in this movie. Scooby-Doo and the Richest. Oh, and also too, Scooby-Doo and the Richest Ghost. This makes the first appearance film in the Scooby-Doo film that the Hex Girls, that Vampire Girl rock band group, This is their first appearance. They come in the Scooby-Doo world. It's Scooby-Doo and the Witch's Ghost, which is the Hex Girls. So this is our first entry appearance in the Scooby-Doo universe, where Scooby-Doo and the gang meet the Hex Girls. This is the first time that they all met each other in this film. So that's why that's why I like this movie so much, Scooby-Doo and the Witch's Ghost, because I love the Hex Girls. I always like the leader of the Hex Girls, Dawn. I always like the leader, Dawn. So I give Scooby-Doo and the Witch's Ghost 4 out of 3 stars because it's so fun and the Hex Girls appear in it. And also too, and we also have the Cabin in the Woods. It's about a group of friends who go to a remote cabin, not realizing that there's people watching the people's movement as they stay in this cabin, underground basement, and it's a really fun movie, Cabin in the Woods. It's a different kind of movie. It's never been done before, but I really like the Cabin in the Woods. It stars Chris Hemsworth and Richard Jenkins. I give the Cabin in the Woods 4 out of 3 stars. We have a movie. We have the first VHS. It's kind of like an anthology film footage movie, or anthology film footage. It's about a group of people that break into a man's house to steal this cursed VHS tape. And every time one of them watches this VHS tape, they're so horrified of what they witness once they put this VHS tape on, and they become cursed by it. The first VHS movie, it stars Adam Wingard. I give the first VHS movie 4 out of 3 stars. We have a sequel, VHS 2. It's a sequel to the first VHS movie. It's about 2-part investigators who must find and locate a missing teenager kid. They break into a house and wind up watching the VHS tape where they encounter some mysterious, evil, bizarre that's going on in the VHS tape. VHS 2, it stars Hannah Hughes. I give VHS 2. Oh, and I think the second story of VHS 2 is my favorite one. And it deals with the younger guy riding a bike through the woods. And I think the second story is my favorite one in VHS 2. I give VHS 2 4 out of 3 stars. We have You're Next. It's about a woman who happens to take down 3 intruders with a pig mask on, trying to kill her and and other family member and other relative people in this house, and she must battle for survival. You're Next. It's a movie it's the movie that you never anticipated of what's going to happen once you see it. It's really darn good movie. You're Next. I saw the movie theater when it first came out, and I freaking enjoyed it. I give You're Next. I give it 4 out of 3 stars. We have Carrie, the remake Carrie 2013, was Chloe Grace Moretz and Julianne Moore. It's about an outcast teenage girl who realizes that she has 10 act powers, and she uses it against the bullies who tormented her and make fun of her because of her looks. Like I said, I like this remake Carrie. It stars Chloe Grace Moretz, who played Hit Girl in the first Kick-Ass movie. You also got Julianne Moore as Carrie's mother character in the film. Julianne Moore was good too. You also had Judy Greer also in it, and Gabriella White. I give the remake Carrie 4 out of 3 stars. We have the Friday Night remake. It's about a young teenager kid who's convinced that his next door neighbor is a vampire, and he must battle him. Friday Night remake. The 80s Friday Night, it's a classic. It is, but I thought the remake one was really good. It stars the late Anton Yelchin as the main character, David Tennant, Colin Farrell, Toni Collette, And even Chris Sarandon appears in his Friday Night remake, who was the star in the original Friday Night movie, Chris Sarandon. It was cool that he popped up in his remake of Friday Night, so it was cool. I give the remake Friday Night 3 stars. We have The Thing, a prequel to John Carpenter's The Thing, but this is a prequel called The Thing. It's about it's about a woman who goes to Antarctica research site and realize that they're someone or some human is actually a creature monster within them. This is a great prequel of The Thing, even though there's some CGI effects combined with practical effects in this movie. There, even though you see that a bunch of times in this prequel of The Thing movie, but it's still a good prequel, I thought, and it was great. The prequel thing, immediately after the end of this prequel thing movie, it picks up where the John Carpenter's The Thing picks up immediately after events of this prequel thing. So that was cool to tie in with the original from 1982. I thought that was cool. This Dean prequel, it stars Mary Elizabeth Winstead. I give this Dean prequel 3 stars. We have Silent House. It's about a teenage girl who gets trapped in her family's house by an unknown intruder. Silent House. It's a great low budget horror movie. It stars Elizabeth Olsen, who has the 2 twin sisters, Mary Kate and Ashley Olsen. She's the oldest sister of the 2 siblings, Mary Kate and Ashley, if you're wondering. Elizabeth Olsen was good as the main lead in this one, Silent House. I give Silent House 3 stars. We have Laid to Rest 2. It's about a serial killer known as called Crumb Skull, as he searches for new people to kill. It's a sequel to the first Laid to Rest movie. The sequel, Laid to Rest, Crumb Skull, Laid to Rest 2, it stars Brian Austin Green, David Decker, or Thomas Decker, Brian Austin Green, and Danielle Harris appears in it in Laid to Rest 2. I like Crumb Skull Laid to Rest 2. I give it 3 stars for Laid to Rest 2. We have Final Destination 5. It's about a group of survivors who realizes that they cheated deaths and they're being picked up one by one, like a year or a month later. Final Destination 5, this is the best out of all the... I love the Final Destination movies. I love the first one, second, third, fourth, and this 5th one, Final Destination 5. But I think Final Destination 5 is the best one out of all the trilogy of the Final Destination movies. Final Destination 5 stars Emma Bell, David Kirshner, Courtney B. Vance, Jacqueline McGinnis Wood, and Tony Todd. From the first 2, Final Destination appears in this 5th one. It was cool. Tony Todd came back as that character. I give Final Destination 5 3 stars. We have Evil Dead Remake. It's about 5 friends who get trapped in a cabin that's being haunted by evil supernatural evil forces. This is a great Evil Dead. I saw his new Evil Dead remake at a movie theater, and it was the best crowd pleaser movie going experience in the theater I have ever encountered. It was the best movie going experience. Evil Dead. I like this Evil Dead a lot, and this Evil Dead movie is directed by Fede Alvarez, who this year's movie that he directed was Alien Romulus. So Fede Alvarez did this Evil Dead remake of it, and I just thought he did a very good job making this film. I like this Evil Dead a lot. This is a crowd pleaser movie. The ending climax is my favorite of all time. Evil Dead remake stars Jane Levy and Shala Fernandez and Jessica Lucas. I give Evil Dead remake 3 stars. We have Hatchet 3. It's about a woman. It's about a woman who turns herself into a police station, and the sheriff and his deputies must go find out that if this true that this woman killed Victor Crowley is real or not. This is a third entry to the Hatchet trilogy movies, the Hatchet 3. It stars Kane Hodder, Danielle Harris, Sid Haig appears in Hatchet 3. It was cool to see Sid Haig appear in it. Carolyn Williams, Zach Gallion from the Gremlins movies is in Hatchet 3. I give Hatchet 3 out of 3 stars. We have Scream 4. It's about Sidney Prescott, Gail Weathers, and Dewey, and a few other Newcastle characters must survive another yet copycat Ghostface killer. Scream 4. Now, I have something to say, and I'm not sure if you guys don't want to hear this, but sorry. This is Wes Craven. Wes Craven directed this movie, Scream 4. Well, I don't know if you don't know about this, but Scream 4. This is Wes Craven's last movie that he directed. Sometimes I was saying, oh yeah, so Scream 4. I'm not sure you know about this Scream 4, but this is literally Wes Craven's last Scream film, or his last ever film that he'll direct a movie. Like years later, he passed away, Wes Craven. So if you don't know about this, but Scream 4, it's Wes Craven's last movie to date before he died, Wes Craven. So Scream 4 went down as, one of the last best, I would say, one of the last best Wes Craven movies, I think I could say. I know some of you people may not agree that Scream 4 is not all that great and best. But you know what, for Wes Craven, because this is Wes Craven's last movie, Scream 4, and he died like 3 or 4 years later. So Scream 4, to me, will be one of the last great Wes Craven movies that he ever directed again. So Scream 4 really goes out to Wes Craven. This is literally the last film he directed before he died in 2015. So R.I.P. to Wes Craven. So Scream 4 stars Neve Campbell, David Arquette, Courtney Cox, Anthony Anderson, Molly Shelton, who played the final girl in 2001's Valentine slasher movie about the Cupid mask killer one. Molly Shelton appears in Scream 4. You also appear Anna Paquin, Kristen Bell. The two of them had a great segment story in the beginning of Scream 4. It was cool to see Anna Paquin and Kristen Bell. Lucy Hale appears in Scream 4 in the segment story of Scream 4. And you got Brittany Robertson. It's also did a segment story scene in the beginning of Scream 4. Brittany Robertson. This Scream 4 also stars Hayden Panettiere as the fan favorite Kirby Reed character that became a fan favorite years later. You got Emma Roberts appeared in this one. I give Scream 4 movie 4 out of 3 stars. We have Saw the Final Chapter. It's about a new group of people who get to play Jigsaw deadly game of traps if they have the will to live to survive or not. Saw the Final Chapter. It stars Tobin Bell, Shawnee Smith, and Bestie Russell. I give Saw the Final Chapter 4 out of 3 stars. We have Hatchet 2. It's about tour guide people. They go to swamp ritual woods and swamps to look for an urban legend killer, an urban meth killer named Victor Crowley living swamps of Louisiana. Hatchet 2 is very bloody, gory, nonstop. It stars Kane Hodder, Tony Todd, Danielle Harris. I give Hatchet 2 4 out of 3 stars. We have the Wolfman. This Wolfman's really good. It's about a man who gets bitten by a werewolf and who becomes a werewolf, who becomes a Wolfman, starts attacking people, and must find a way to end the curse. This Wolfman movie, it's really a good, fresh take on the Wolfman beloved story. The Wolfman stars Benicio del Toro as the title character. Anthony Hopkins, the great legendary Anthony Hopkins, was great in the Wolfman. You also got Emily Blunt, who was good in the film. Hugo Weaving also appeared in it. And the werewolf makeup effects is done by Rick Baker, who did American Werewolf of London, The Incredible Melting Man. Rick Baker did the Wolfman makeup effects for this Wolfman movie, so it was cool to see Rick Baker do the makeup effects. It was cool. I give the Wolfman movie, so like I said, the Wolfman stars Benicio del Toro, Anthony Hopkins, the legendary Anthony Hopkins, Emily Blunt, Hugo Raven. I give the Wolfman 4 out of 3 stars. We have The Traveler. It's about a mysterious stranger man who walks into a police station, and every time he confesses, the police officers that he's committed murder, they begin being killed one at a time. This is a scary, kind of creepy of a movie, The Traveler. It stars Val Kilmer. Ooh, Val Kilmer. Val Kilmer, his presence in this movie, Val Kilmer, his presence in this movie, The Traveler, it's really menacing, bone-chilling, and just scary. And so I think Val Kilmer delivers a great scary performance in this movie, The Traveler. He was very convincing, very scary, and so cold menacing as a person. Val Kilmer is very scary in this movie. A different role for Val Kilmer to do. The Traveler stars Val Kilmer, and a different kind of role performance by him. So I give the Traveler movie 4 out of 3 stars. We have The Crazies. It's about a sheriff and his pregnant wife, and his deputy must find a way to survive for a town city that's been taken overrun by crazy people who goes crazy attacking people. It's apocalyptic or end of the world, I guess you could say, the movie genre, but it's kind of horror in a sense. The Crazy stars Timothy Olyphant. Now, when I heard about this Crazies movie, it's like Timothy Olyphant, he's playing like the lead character in this Crazies movie as the sheriff. It's like, wow, Timothy Olyphant. So he plays the lead character in this movie. It was cool. It's cool to see Timothy Olyphant become the leader character in this movie. So the Crazy stars Timothy Olyphant, Rhoda Mitchell, Joe Anderson, and Danelle Painter-Baker. I give the Crazies movie 4 out of 3 stars. We even have, and finally, we have My Soul to Take. It's about a teenager kid who's being hunted, who has nightmare visions of a serial killer who's attacking him in his sleep. Begins attacking him and all his friends and his sister. My Soul to Take. This is a Wes Craven movie. My Soul to Take came out in 2010. So this is Wes Craven's movie before he did his last movie, which was Scream 4. So, but this is considered Wes Craven's first 3D movie, My Soul to Take. It stars Bug Hall. Denzel Whitaker, John Margo. I give My Soul to Take, Wes Craven's My Soul to Take, 4 out of 3 stars. Okay, everybody, that would do it for episode 42 of Sebastian's Movie Game Time. Make sure you hit the like button and subscribe, and you'll get new content episodes Mondays. So thank you again for watching episode 42 of Sebastian's Movie Game Time, and I'll see all of you at the movies.